All right, guys, welcome back. And today we're talking tools, most specifically cheap beginner tools. All right, guys, so today we're talking about the Harbor Freight tool sets, and I'm looking at this as a kind of beginner mechanic or home mechanic setup. I am by no means a professional mechanic, although I do quite a bit of wrenching. So let's talk about what we got here. So a little bit of backstory. I'm here working at my school in the maintenance shop here. Or I guess I should say the school I graduated from last year. And there were no tools in the shop except a few, well, I'll show you. A few limited hand tools over here inside the tool room in that chest. Most of those drawers are actually empty. So I was doing a lot of work and still am on our plow truck, and we decided it was just time to get tools. So we went with the 5-drawer mechanics chest from US General. Again, trying to keep it cheap. Because I think when you're starting off with tools, there's a couple things you want to look for. You want your price, you want your quantity, and you want your quality. And I think for the price, this is pretty good. It's pretty much a clone of a Snap-on. I mean, you don't get the quality of the Snap-on, but same idea, same layout. So we picked this up, and one thing I will say is, as you guys have seen on my channel, my toolkit, my tool setup is just a big old chest on a bench, or recently I've moved to the pack out from Milwaukee, like that's all my electrical stuff, and I got drawer units with stuff in it. But I've never had a cart like this, and I will say I really like the cart idea. It keeps everything really easy to get to. I find myself putting tools away because I roll this to where I'm working, even though I don't have a very big shop to be working in, and it's a disaster right now. If I'm at the front of the truck and I have to come all the way back here to get my tools, I'm not going to put them away because I'm going to leave them at the front of the truck. So if I roll this up, I find myself, oh, I need a 22 mil for the spring shackle. Go do that. And I'm like, all right, I'm done with it. Drop the 22 and move back. Yeah, 22 mil right back where it came from. So I find it easier to keep clean, although it is kind of a mess right now. So that's basically it for the tool chest. We got the extension table for it a little bit later. They didn't have it in the right color. I got orange. I figured I was a little bit less likely to walk straight into it that way. And then another big advantage is it locks. So with people being in and out of the, let me move these guys real quick. With people being in and out of the shop all day, it's nice that when I'm not here working, because I don't work all the days, I can lock this up. People need tools. They can usually make do with what's in there for what they're doing. It's changing lawnmower blades, that kind of stuff. They have the tools they need in there. But for anything more in depth, I have this kit out here and it doesn't get messed with. So, talk about what we filled it with. I think for quantity, quality, and bang for your buck, this is probably hands down the best set I've seen. It is the 428 piece, I believe, something like that. Quinn set from Harbor Freight as well. Their Quinn brand tools seem to be a step in between Icon and a very good step above the Pittsburgh tools. My first real tool set was a Pittsburgh set. I broke almost everything in it at this point. Very few things still remain. I might still have the ratchet. It kind of works still. So some big highlights with this kit was quality. They seem to be pretty good quality. I'll talk a little bit more in the individual tools about their quality. The big thing was the price point. It was, I believe, about $300 for this entire 400-something piece toolkit, but it came with a very good variety of tools. So your price and then your quantity was the big thing. We came and have a quarter-inch, 3/8, and half-inch set for metric. Same with standard sockets here. It came with a lot of even bigger sockets. I think the biggest was the 30 millimeter. And then we picked up the metric and standard parts trees or socket trees, whatever you want to call them, to keep those organized. They work well. My one gripe is there's a couple of them that the sockets don't actually fit on, like this one here. So I just have it flipped upside down. And then it doesn't go up to the biggest ones. Apart from that, I keep up here this set, just a set of smaller metric impact sockets. These are bags for organizing parts. Earplugs, I'm using angle grinders all the time because rust. The next big thing this toolkit came with was 3 straight screwdrivers. I'm not sure where the other 2 are right now. They're in the shop somewhere. For Phillips screwdrivers. Now I like that they are, you can see they're labeled on the end, so you can see what they are, corresponding with that. And this is the biggest one, a pretty beefy screwdriver, and it came with some appropriately, actually no, it came with other ones as well. It came with more than just these. I'll show you those in a minute. Good quality handles, nice good grip, don't hurt to grip too much. There's some where they really tear up your hand. They're good when they're wet. They don't seem like they're gonna crack like I've had handles do. And I like that all the Phillips screwdrivers are pretty sharply pointed. This one's been worn out a little bit already. But I don't have to worry about a cheap screwdriver that is gonna strip stuff out too bad. And then aside from that, the kit came with a 1/2-inch breaker bar, a little short. I've tested it with a pipe on it pretty well already. I would probably recommend getting a longer one at some point, as well as a 3/4-inch breaker. Now this one's really short. The really only advantage I see to this is I could put a bar on this and not worry about breaking a ratchet, because this has more beef in the head itself. Other than that, the stuff I keep up here are kind of miscellaneous stuff. Like these guys, these are my own personal bit extractors, or not bit extractors, but like stripped head extractors. And I keep these up in here to keep them separate from other stuff. I don't have them up here because I didn't have anywhere to put them really. But in this box back here are 12 point of the majority of the sockets that are up here. I just figure if I need a 12 point, I'll go and find it and grab it. If not, 6 point's always a better option. So moving down, we have wrenches in these top 2 drawers here. These are metric, the other are standard. Now, the big thing I really like about this set, again, with their wrenches, is it came with a full set of standard wrenches, but it also came with a set of ratcheting wrenches, and I have not had a problem with skipping teeth or anything like that yet. And I picked up these US General, the magnetic wrench sorters. I like them. The problem is they don't seem to work very well with the foam in the bottom of the drawers. They slide around too much, so I pull these forward and organize them, and throughout a day of opening and closing the drawer, the whole thing is slid around, wrenches are falling out. So yeah, I keep metric up top, standard down below. Moving up to this bigger drawer here, not the best use of space, but this is how I have it set up. This is just a box that the tools were in. In here I have spark plug sockets, universal joints, and all the extensions are supposed to be in here. However, they tend to get dumped over here. Over here, extensions, and then the ratchets. Again, we came with a 1/4-inch, 3/8, and 1/2-inch ratchet. My biggest gripe with the ratchets is that they're 3/8, the Quinn 3/8 ratchet. This is my Icon ratchet that I keep up here because much longer handle, as you can see there, and I really like that. My 3/8 is almost as long as the 1/2-inch that this set came with. I find that this ratchet is a little bit small. I'd recommend picking up a different ratchet. And then I have a Dana 80 hub nut in there, or hub nut wrench, but that's neither here nor there. That's just for my specific job. So then moving down again, so more that this set came with. These are all badly organized. I just have them in here right now. We have Torx bits. We have metric and standard hex bits as well. It came with standard size and short metric and standard hex keys. Came with some other screwdrivers in here. I threw them in here because they were a little bit more miscellaneous. A small Phillips, a small straight, and even smaller Phillips, and this guy, which was a straight slot with the little grabbers. Those fell off right out of the box, and I really just didn't care to put them back on. Throw this away over here. And then it also came with these assortment of bits and bit driver stuff back there. And then again, this is just a box that the whole kit came in. I used as a sorter. Over here, we have the pliers. Now, this Quinn set didn't come with any pliers. So, I picked up this set of Pittsburgh pliers. And then, as far as the vice grips go, I've never had any good luck with Harbor Freight branded vice grips. So, this is a set of Huskies I picked up. I picked up a 3 set for like $20, and that's an old set we had, and this is another set of pliers we had. But pretty good bang for your buck there with the pliers. From Harbor Freight as well. Needle nose, standard, the more beefy pliers, set of channel locks, and there's a set of cutters there in my van right now. So then moving down to the bottom drawer here, this is pretty much nothing from Harbor Freight. That's where I keep most of the power tools. We're running Milwaukee stuff around here. This is my air saw. I'm using that for the body work I'm doing right now. A lot of this is the school's Milwaukee tooling. We have the impact, all that kind of stuff out here, as well as other carpentry stuff elsewhere. The grinder, we've killed one of these, but I do really like it. We replaced it. We just can't run it as hot. That was our big problem. We got it way too hot. And then something I'm excited about, and I think is a really good starter tool for a lot of people, I just picked up. I borrowed a buddy's and fell in love with it. But for power tools, I don't have any electric ratchets or anything, but the M12, or not, yes, the M12, and this is the fuel. I don't know if they make this model in not a fuel anymore. The little stubby impact, I absolutely fell in love with this thing. I used one, I was doing a job on his car, and he gave me it to use it with it. I fell in love with it, so I just picked this up last night. I haven't even used it, but I found that with this and universals, I can get pretty much anywhere to any bolt. I think for it is fairly pricey. This, for perspective, this wrench or this tool here costs the same as the base toolkit that I put in this toolbox. This thing was around $320. So the only thing that's about this price of the socket and wrench set that's in this, excluding the pliers. So that is fairly expensive, but I would say that is a good place to spend your money. Another thing well worth the money is, I think, the Milwaukee Impact. This is an older version, not the big one anymore, but at the time it was. Another thing to pick up is a torque wrench. This is one the shop already had. I don't even know what brand it is. Maybe it's a Husky. I think it might be a Husky. It's just an old torque wrench. If I was doing something really precise, I wouldn't use this. So if I were building an engine, but for torquing lug nuts and stuff, get that back where it came from. Torquing lug nuts and stuff, it gets the job done. But yeah, that's just kind of how I have it organized with the power tools down in here. And then down on the bottom shelf, I have bigger ticket items, some bigger stuff. I got the half-inch air impact. The inch air impact does not live down here. It is just too big. This is a bigger hex bit set. They're the long style 3/8 drive ones. Back there, it's a big set of crimpers. Other stuff that gets randomly thrown down here. And then I keep the side guy here filled with some goodies. I got Croil. This is like my favorite penetrating fluid. I got it in the liquid as well as the aerosol here. A Croil rust dissolver. I haven't tried this out yet. Keep some tapping oil down here. That is not starting fluid. I got some carb cleaner, some starting fluid, some brake clean, just random chemicals and stuff that I keep down there to have on the cart. Way more stuff in the cabinets or in the tool room to keep from freezing, but just out here as I'm using it, that's what I got. So yeah, I really have liked this setup so far. Real quick, let's talk about pricing. The tool cart itself, I got on sale for, I think it was a little over $200, like $230, and I believe it's on a Black Friday sale right now. All right, guys, I just wanted to put out there that the exact tools I'm talking about are on the Black Friday sale here from Harbor Freight. So this is the tool cart that we have in use, and it's on sale for cheaper than when I got it, as well as the specific toolkit I was talking about. The 428 piece Quinn set is $100 off for Black Friday. So that being said, I think this is even better bang for your buck right now. The Quinn tool set in here was, like I said, like $300 for all this. Pretty much everything you see in this chest minus the pliers, and clearly all the Milwaukee stuff. So yeah, for, I think when it was all said and done, everything minus the Milwaukee stuff, because we already had it. I keep forgetting about that. Everything on this tool chest was, I think, under $600. And so far, except for like some specialty stuff, or because I'm getting more in depth, doing more in depth kind of stuff. This has had pretty much everything I've needed to do any work up in here, except for specialty like nut wrenches for axles and bigger stuff like that. So yeah, I've really, really enjoyed this set, and I think this is going to be a good way for a lot of people to get into tools fairly cheap. I really like this. Now, I know there's plenty of other options. I've got personally a bunch of the Cobalt stuff, and I do like them. I don't like how their sizes are marked on the sockets. Once they wear, they're really hard to see. They're just laser etched, so I'm probably going to switch those out for a new set here coming up soon. My dad's always run Craftsman. He's a bit hesitant now with the name change, or the ownership change, to continue with that. But the Craftsman stuff is still pretty decent quality with, I believe they still have a lifetime warranty. It's questionable whether or not they'll honor a warranty on an old Craftsman tool. But they're pretty good. Husky stuff's always been pretty good. DeWalt makes some decent tools. A lot of the reputable companies make decent tools. This is just the way we went to go. And I think this is probably going to be one of your cheapest options for getting a starter tool set up. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.